Hey everybody, Dulb666 here. I know you're not used to this area, probably never seen this before, but this is actually my parents' garage at the house where I made all my original videos. We've been taking down their Christmas ornaments and Christmas lights and putting everything up in the rafters for them tonight. And since we were going to be here all night, I figured, hey, why not squeeze in the pumpkin beer video tonight? We're going to do the pumpkin beer review video. We've got, let's see here, we've got 10 different pumpkin beers this year. Maybe one or two new ones. I think it's just two new ones, but there's like a couple that have some new arts and stuff. So we're gonna check that out. Just taste some beer, let you know what I think, compared to comparatively to each other. Not taking it too serious. This is something I look forward to. I'm sure you guys look forward to watching me get pretty heavily buzzed on camera as well. I don't know, maybe not, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So we've got a little purple and gold here, a little ECU action. My dad's Pirates have been killing it lately, so, well, maybe not, but yeah, they've been doing okay. We beat the pack. So we got some purple. Gonna open up every bottle with this purple lighter. Got a little gold here, my dad's Pirates glass, and a little water. And then all the beers are right here. Let's just go ahead and get into it, guys. Not gonna smoke for this video. Probably not for the better if I smoke. So we're just gonna have at these beers. And gonna try and pour a little less liberally this time. Okay. So this one, I'll take a good amount of it because I can't seal it. I'm gonna cap these and finish them tomorrow for the most part, but these held up really good so far. First one here, we have the Samuel Adams Jacko. It's just a traditional pumpkin ale. I remember this being pretty sweet and pretty palatable. Like even for like non-beer drinkers, I like that color. It looks good. Like kind of Marzen-ish, like as far as like the haziness of it goes, but just not quite that dark. But let's see how it goes. Yeah, that's very good. Like I remember last year, very just run of the mill. It kind of gives me the shipyard brewing kind of taste, more so than like the Elysian taste. I've got some Elysian coming up, and I've got some shipyard coming up. So we'll see how those compare to this year. Because palates change every year, guys. So I've always felt like, even though it's kind of a cop out and just a way for me to just drink on camera, which is fun. Don't hate till you try it. But I think that there's actually like some value to the reviews year to year, and it's not necessarily always the same beer, even though it is comparatively much of the same beer as last year. It's not always like that. I've been doing this for a few years, so yeah, I think that this is a pretty decent run-of-the-mill beer. Very accessible. You can buy this at most grocery stores. I got it in the combo pack this year with like 4 other beers. I think it came with Sweater Weather or whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's like Sweater Weather or fucking Flannel Fest. Maybe both of them. I'm not really sure. Maybe those were in different packets, but like, yeah, I always look for the Jacko. It's usually in the combo packs. So yeah, I'll give this one. This one is right at the cusp of like just being good. So I'm gonna say 7.5. This is a pretty good pumpkin beer. I would say most people, you like beer, you like pumpkin, you're gonna enjoy this. Okay. A little swish. Clean the glass just a little for me. Okay. Like I said, not taking it too serious, but we do want to taste them for what they are. All right. Well, I told you, we got some Elysian. Next up, we have the Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. I didn't tell you the percentage on that Jacko. Let me tell you what the percentage is, and then I'll move on from that permanently. 4.4 on that one, and 8 IBUs. So very, very palatable, very light, very easy. This one is not showing me the IBUs, but it is a bit heavier. This is a 6.7, treading close to the Imperial, but not quite. That's beautiful. Yeah, the smell on this one is just beautiful. Like, this is probably my favorite smelling pumpkin beer. Every year I get this, and it's such a treat. I really hope it never stops being brewed because I just can't live without it. I love Elysian's regular pumpkin ale. Let's see what I think of it this year. It's so reserved with the sweetness. It's there, and it's perfect. It's just enough. But there's so much more going on with this. It's a much more complex brew than the Jacko. This one's brewed with nutmeg, clove, cinnamon, ginger, and allspice. And I'm just not willing to bet that this one is. Yeah, it doesn't quite go into the specifics. But I would say, drinkability-wise, even though this is a heavier beer, this is also a much smoother beer, and just the flavor is a lot more refined. It's not just straight sugary, in my opinion. And that's kind of the taste of, like, the Shipyard sort of style of pumpkin brew, and, like, what was it called? I haven't been able to find it in years. Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills pumpkin ale. God, I hope it's still out there somewhere, but if it's not, oh God, rest it, man. Rest in power. That was some good shit. It did have that straight sugary sort of flavor, but it wasn't quite as overpowering as the Samuel Adams Jacko. This is kind of right there with it. It doesn't really have the same flavor per se, but it's very dialed back, I would say, like as far as like how sugary it tastes. It just goes down like water. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like pumpkin juice. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna have to give this. This is like usually my favorite every year, roughly so. I would say that this is like a good 8.5. I'm just gonna say 8.5 because I really enjoy this beer. I buy it every year, and yeah, it satisfies every time. So yeah, Elysian Night Owl, 6.7%. IBUs are not listed. That's okay. I'm sure we can look those up later. But yeah, I say 8.5 for that one. And yeah, I didn't even pour it. I think I drank it out of the bottle. We're just going to do a little more, just for the sake of seeing the color. Like I said, not taking it too serious. Very good deep color on that one. That one's definitely getting closer to the Marzen territory, but it looks like unfiltered almost. It's very, very murky. Good stuff. Yeah, even better out of glass. Clean the glass a little. Try and focus and do this methodically as possible. Okay. All right, as promised, once again, just getting all these old boys out of the way. I drink these pretty much every year. Jacko, Elysian, Night Owl, and then Shipyard Pumpkinhead. This one's been around a long time, longer than me, that's for sure. I used to buy this when I was buying Buffalo Bills, and I always preferred Buffalo Bills to this, but as the years have worn on, this one gives me such a unique nose when I open it. It's like, I used to think, the reason I used to not like it is because when I would smell it, it kind of reminded me of glue. But I don't smell that anymore, you know? I think I've grown up and wizened up a little bit. Maybe the youngins aren't for this beer, or maybe my palate just wasn't developed when I was a kid, but I really, really enjoy some Shipyard nowadays. I remember it being very overpoweringly sugary. So let's see what it does today. Let's see what we've got as far as color and consistency. This is much brighter. That's good. That's good. Where can you stand and not fall? The aromatics are fantastic. I really enjoy the smell these days. Color, very light, looking like some Bud Light. Very clear, transparent. So yeah, good head on it. It's held up pretty well. Obviously, I should have drank most of these beers like roughly a month ago. But they've all held pretty good so far. We've got some cream stuff in here and some stuff that has lactose, but I think it's going to be okay. you know, it hasn't. They've all been cold the entire time, so I think it's gonna be all right. So yeah, let's see what the Shipyard's got, guys. Sorry about the laundry sound effects, and I forgot to mention it's not really showing. You can't really see it, but you got a soundtrack, Venom from 2005. A little slasher movie is playing in the background up here on an old school tube. Wish I could show it, but my videos always seem to get flagged when I do that. So, all right, once again, let's get to the Shipyard. I always digress. That's pretty good. This beer is like a lot heavier with the spices, I would say, than the pumpkin. The pumpkin is there, but that's kind of obstructed by how much sugar is like you know, that I'm tasting in this brew. It doesn't sit particularly heavy. It just seems very sugary when you taste it. And, I don't know if I like that, but it just, over the years, I've really grown to appreciate the spices that have gone into this beer over the years. And it's incredibly consistent year to year. Like, this is the exact same beer that I remember when I first tried it. So here's to that. I love some consistency with the brews. It's not always that hard to do when you've got a bigger company, but with Shipyard, they're not necessarily one of the greats. They're not one of the big giant breweries, so I love the consistency from a smaller brewery like that. So yeah, there we go. Shipyard, very good stuff. Gonna finish this off. I would say that this is sitting right underneath the Elysian at an 8. If I put Elysian at 8.5, then I'm gonna put this at 8. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not feeling much yet, guys. But you remember last year, we were starting to get close to blowing some chunks. Just gonna pace myself with some water. Try not to rush it. I shouldn't run out of memory like I did last time, because I think even 1 or 2 of the beers got cut off last time. Let's see how this box is doing. I have to put some more paper towels in that soon, I think, but we'll do that in a moment. Okay, let's get to the last traditional pumpkin ale of the day. Get this water down. So nice. There we go. And remember to keep all these caps too, so I can cap these beers after the fact. Okay. Nice clean glass again. All right. If I have any fans of Dead Guy Ale in the comments right now, anybody watching that loves Rogue Brewing, this is for you. We've got Rogue Pumpkin Patch. This is sitting around 6% as well. This is less than the Elysian Night Owl. It's just a very big can. But yeah, this is just roasted with pumpkins, I believe. I don't think that there's a lot of spices going on in this one. Let me read it a little bit. Yeah, see, this is really... There's some spices from what I can tell. But no, it's definitely going for the malt and the sweet and the roast rather than the you know, the herbal sort of shit, the herbal and spicy sort of shit. So I remember this being pretty good. It's very similar when I open it. It smells very similar to Smashed Pumpkin from Shipyard, which I also have coming up. But it's just not quite at that Imperial level. So let's take a look at the color. Oh, wow, it's very dark. And we're going to get a good amount in there because it's such a big can. There we go. Looking real pretty. My table is just like an ice chest stacked on top of another ice chest. I am just really cobbling this video together right now, guys. So, we've got a nice amber color. It's definitely very transparent. It's not very foggy or hazy. I dig that. Good head. It's definitely held up pretty well. And yeah, aromatics are on point. They're very subtle compared to the last 3, but still very pleasant. Yeah, these are very pleasant aromatics going on here. So yeah, let's see what's up. I love that color. I think I'm really gonna like this. I can't remember if I've had this or not before. This might be one of the new ones that I've never had. I think there's only a couple. Yeah, this is one of 3 new ones that I've never had before, I'm pretty sure. I'm damn sure I've never had Rogue pumpkin patch ale. So let's see what it's got, guys. Move these over. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is an interesting one. This has got a lot of, it says that it's, on the back it says it's looking for the malt. And the malt is there. And I love me a malty beer. People hate, but I still drink malt liquor because I just have a taste for it and it's cheap. But it says that it's mainly going for the malt, but what I taste is the roast portion. It's got this like coffee-like, but not quite coffee, like more just straight nutty. It's kind of coffee-ish. It tastes dark roasted like that, but it's more so just a nutty flavor. And it really makes the pumpkin and the spice take a back seat. This tastes more like a traditional Mars and Oktoberfest. I'm not sure really what to make of it. I really like it though. These little pints come in a 4-pack, I believe. And man, 25 IBUs. So yeah, that's a little step up from the Jacko. You're definitely going to taste that. The bitterness is not overwhelming. It's still it's just very nutty. I wouldn't say it's bitter. It's just very nutty and roasty. So yeah, I don't know. I like it though. It's not sweet like the last three. It's much more reserved with the sweetness, and it's really just going for the malty roastiness of a pumpkin. And I like that. I think that pumpkins can be used in like a very hearty fashion rather than a sweet fashion. People tend to file it away as like a sweet sort of flavor, and it's just like squash. You know, you've got a lot you can do with that. You can make it very toasty, roasty, and like I said, very nutty. It's almost got like this proteinish sort of like thing going on. Like it just makes me feel like there's more in this beer than just pumpkin. You know, I don't know. It's very rich. It's very rich. It's dark, but the malt doesn't taste low quality. It just tastes really, really good. Honestly, like going off of the different qualities, like comparing this more deep and amberish and Marzenish beer to the sweeter pumpkin beers that we've just tried, I would say that it still stacks up at an 8.5 with the Elysian, just because it's a different type of enjoyment. If you really like nutty, roasted, dark, amber beers, this is for you. This is like the pumpkin beer for the dark beer drinkers. This is really, really good. I'm definitely going to have to like give this a spot at 8.5 on the meter as well. I'm really enjoying this. So yeah, go check out some Rogue Pumpkin Patch Ale. Assuming they bring it back next year, call your breweries, tell them it's awesome. You know, the more you fucking go online and you tell these companies what you want, the more other people do it, the more they're going to go out and give you what you fucking want. You got to go out there and give them the information first. You know, it comes down to people being honest with themselves. Go out and try some stuff you've never had before, and if you like it, go demand that company make it again, because why wouldn't you, you know? That's all I got to say on that. Gonna finish this up. This is a very, very good brew, and I'm super happy that this was the one to cap the traditional pumpkin ales. Okay. All right. This is where the pacing myself comes in, guys. Sorry if it's quiet for a few seconds here and there. Really, this is a lot. If you don't drink a lot, I'm sure it looks kind of foreign to you, but I'm a pretty seasoned drinker myself. I love beer, absolutely adore it. And yeah, this is just a lot of fun for me, guys. So get this glass nice and clean here. My buddy Andre was going to be here, but he had to take off a little early. So shout out to my boy Andre Torres. You're my boy. Love you, brother. See you soon. We were watching Venom earlier, but he had to fucking mob out. So I was just like, hey, let's just make this video real quick. All right. So we're going to get into the more unconventional. Well, hold on. We can go for the more unconventional. Well, all right. No, there's a reason I fucking did it this way. I'm like second guessing myself. We're going to go for the one I picked. This is still a traditional pumpkin ale. It's actually not really a pumpkin ale. This is a traditional vanilla cream ale. And if any of you drink Mother Earth Cali Creamin', the vanilla ale, then you'll probably really, really enjoy this if you like pumpkin, because this is that very ale. It's the California Creamin' vanilla ale, but brewed with pumpkin. So it's already a very, very, very sweet beer that has lactose in it. So this is going to be very creamy as well. I love the Cali Creamin'. I don't buy it very often because it can kill the stomach. Cream ales are like that. You guys know if you drink cream ales. So, it's best not to buy just this. But they're really, really good as a treat once in a while. And I don't think I've ever had them until this year. I bought a couple, like 4-packs of this. And this is the last of it. I wanted to save one for the update, obviously. So let's see what it looks like. I don't think I've ever poured one into a glass this entire time. So let's see what it looks like. Oh man, it looks beautiful. I'm gonna pour quite a bit in here because it's a pint. Really cool artwork too. Love the spooky artwork. Okay, guys. Very nice color. Very very blondish. For the amount of sugar that I would have imagined went into this beer. Damn, I'm stuttering, guys. We're getting there. So yeah, I've only had this year. I've really enjoyed it. Aromatics are not quite as pungent, not quite as pronounced. But yeah, so far nothing nothing offensive. Very inoffensive. I'd say that this held up pretty good, despite its lactose content. So let's see what it's got. Let's see what it's got. Yeah, the creaminess comes in right away. That's always the star of the show. This is really not too different to the traditional Cali Creamin', in my opinion at least. But it does have that slight subtle pumpkin to it that could make it a good, seasonal treat. But if you're looking for something that is very pronounced pumpkin, I would say that you should probably steer clear of this, because this is still just basically at its core a vanilla ale, like a vanilla cream ale at that. It's good, 5% alcohol by volume. It's got a punch. It's definitely gonna fuck you up if you have a couple. It's gonna fuck you up in more than one way, like I said. So steer clear of the cream ales if you're trying to drink all night. But one here and there, no, it's very, very delicious. All I can say is that we're judging tonight, based upon pumpkin content, and it's just not coming hard enough with the pumpkin, in my opinion. Maybe if they stepped it up with the pumpkin and the spice a little bit, I would give it a higher score. But as of right now, I'm gonna have to give this a 6.5. This is really just the straight up Cali Creamin' with just the tiniest little touch of pumpkin. It just doesn't quite do it for me, and I really love the taste of pumpkin. I think it's such a versatile flavor. So, finish it up, but I would say 6.5 Cali Creamin'. I know I talked it up a little bit, but no, the taste buds don't lie. I'm trying to remain, true to it, cleansing my palate between beers, cleaning the glass. Pretty good still, but definitely the 6.5. Just lacking all the richness of the other ones that we've done so far. Okay. We're halfway there, guys. I'm feeling okay. Let's get some water. Let's continue to pace ourselves. Okay, my box is getting filled up. Alright. Let's just replenish real quick so I can keep cleaning my glass as we go. Stuff a few of these in here. We're gonna get some more water, guys. We're just, like I said, not taking it too serious today, guys. Just having some fun. Wanted to squeeze this in. It's one of my favorite things to do every year. I absolutely love pumpkin ale. It's my favorite style of beer, so I look forward to it. I hope you guys do too, because I always get nice and toasty on camera, and I know that can be pretty funny too. Last year especially, like, I really, it really got to me. Okay, halfway through, guys. Just replaced my little pour sight here for when I clean my glass. Let's get that down there. I have a little water. Okay. All right. This is where it starts to get a little harder, guys. They're just going to get heavier and heavier as we go. So halfway through, yeah, sure. But the alcohol content from here forward is probably going to be 2 to 3 times more, 2 to 3 times higher. So, like I said, this is where it's going to get harder, guys. Let's see if I can make it. 5 left, guys. And I know most of them. They're good. They're good. Man, this is a very pronounced brew. This is Elysian's Great Pumpkin Imperial Pumpkin Ale. This is the same recipe, I believe, as the Night Owl. It's just beefed up to the Imperial level. It's very, very, very good. If I remember correctly, I might have even put this last year as my favorite, because it's just so smooth for an Imperial Ale. So, got everything, making sure I don't have any caps missing. Cool. All right, let's give this one a pour, guys. Aromatics are fantastic on this one. I wish my house smelled like this beer. All right, that's a pretty fair pour. All right, looking very similar to the Elysian. Night Owl. They're both Elysian, sorry. But this one is just a tad bit hazier. I really enjoy that color. It's a very rich color. I just know that this is going to pack a much heavier punch than the Night Owl. This one, as an Imperial Ale, is rated at 8.4% alcohol by volume. And yeah, let's see if that's pronounced enough or if this still tastes really, really good. Year-to-year reviews, guys. Let's see. Yeah, that maltiness is there. This will send a chill down your spine, guys. This is tasting twice as burly as the Night Owl. Man, oh man. Yeah, this is good. But the alcohol is definitely taking away... The alcohol content is definitely taking away from the sweetness. It's making the spices taste a little more weedy. It's just kind of breaking everything down and making everything a little less palatable. But if you are after an Imperial Pumpkin Ale, I would still say that this is pretty good. I'm going to give it a 7 because it's just like the maltiness and the heaviness of it is cutting through so much more than the traditional Pumpkin Ale from Elysian. But still, I would say that you could definitely pound a few of these and be quite all right and really enjoy yourself, because they are very tasty for an Imperial. Most Imperial beers that I drink, it's like you're fucking fighting it, dude. Sometimes, you know, you're like, oh, this is gonna make me feel great, but sometimes you gotta fight to get it down. This is still just straight up fucking delicious if you really enjoy beer. So, at least in my opinion. So, I'm gonna give it a 7 because it's pretty much right there with the Jacko. Like, I feel like it's still very drinkable. It just isn't the best tasting so far. So yeah, it's definitely just more reserved on the flavor. It's not as sweet. It's not as pronounced with the spices. Everything just tastes a little more weedy with this beer because I think the alcohol content just, it kind of degrades the flavor a little bit, you know, and of course it would, you know, it's heavier, it's going to be a little less palatable, and even still, I think it's good, so I give it a 7. So let's finish her up here. Oh feeling it now, guys. I'm gonna have to get another water. Alright, we press on. It's gonna be okay. Mama didn't raise no quitter. Okay, got that. Alright. Another Imperial here. Don't need that. This is the new artwork that I was telling you guys about. This is from Portland, Maine, and they were established in '94. Shipyard. They've been around 1 year less. I'm 1 year older than this fucking brewery, as a matter of fact. So check that out. I didn't realize that. This is their Imperial Pumpkin Ale, the smashed pumpkin. It's for years. It's had a different packaging. This is the first year I've seen it with this purple and orange packaging. It used to be like a black and orange packaging, and it looked a lot more old school. This is definitely like, I'm not really digging this artwork as much. It's a sick artwork. I just prefer the old one. It looked a little more traditional. I don't know. That's just me. Top's a little dirty. I'm gonna blow that out. So yeah, it's looking real good. Real cold, feeling real cold. Let's put this one down and put it here. Enjoy that. All right, let's get it poured up, y'all. Losing my methodical nature as I go. Do a good pour on that because it's a pint. Whoo! This one's got some aromatics, y'all. This is very, very sweet smelling. I feel like I walked into a donut shop when I smell that. Oh, man. I'm in trouble, y'all. The haziness of this bad boy is just it's looking absolutely brutal. I'm hiccuping now. Can you hear that? Absolutely feeling it here, guys. We're gonna press on. We're gonna get through this together, all right? I do this for y'all. If you enjoy pumpkin ales, or maybe you just didn't know much about them, I love them so much. I love to talk about them. I'm hoping more people will go out and experiment and see if they like them, and if they like them, get buying them, because damn, they seem to be a dying art form. All right, next one, Shipyard Smash Pumpkin. This is an Imperial Ale rated at, oh boy, didn't do my homework. My word, where is it? 9%. This is a bad mofo right here, guys. Tread lightly. Oh man. All right, let's see what's got. Let's see what's got. Yeah, this is like, ooh, yeah. This is twice as malty and gnarly as the last one. Got my voice trembling, guys. Okay, so we've really just got like a super malty beer going on here. Like brimming on malt liquor. It's pretty foul, not gonna lie. I kind of like that myself, but I would definitely steer fucking clear of these, man. They've always tasted this way. But, yeah, the pumpkin content and the spice content, it's just not enough. Like, you'd have to be a burly, gnarly mofo to put a couple of these down, because just sipping this thing after a few others has got my mouth watering. Easily the maltiest thing we've had so far. And I'm definitely going to have to give this one a lower rating because of it. Oh man. I really like me some Pumpkinhead, guys. But this one, it is just not vibing. At least not this year. So, let me collect myself. Really think about it for a moment. Yeah, it's pretty raw. It's pretty raunchy. Yo, I'm gonna have to give that a resounding 5. That's tearing me up. Man, I could drink, but that is just, that is just giving me quite the fight going down, guys. Definitely gonna have to get another water here in a second to make it quite through all this. We got 3 left, y'all. I ain't fucking scared, man. But this was quite the beast right here, y'all. Oh, man. You'd have to start your night with something like that. Because, it's fighting, y'all. It's fighting pretty gnarly. I'm not having a good time at this very moment. Just take a few more deep breaths and a little more water. I think I can hold her down, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a 5. Shipyard Smash Pumpkin. Tread lightly, y'all, because this is a bad motherfucker with very little payoff, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this glass. I have this tiny little bit down there, and I'm having all this trouble for my last chug. I just don't know if I can do it, guys. It's not quite what I used to be as far as chugging beer. But give me a second and maybe we can change that. I think maybe we can get it down. Okay. Alright. Deep breaths, y'all. A little more water. Yeah, easiest 5 I've ever judged. Tread lightly on that Shipyard Smashed Pumpkin, y'all. Oh, man. Alright, let's see if we can get it down. That'll be entertaining, huh? That was fucking brutal. Oh boy. Let's get our glass clean. Y'all don't even know. That's pretty brutal. It was very malty and just weedy and just not very pleasant. And just like so little pumpkin and spice. Doesn't really pay tribute to what it's supposed to be, you know? So I have to rate it low. It's just not that good. I'll definitely be repurchasing in the future because I just love pumpkin ales of all types, but still, yeah, I gotta say that was not too good. Alright, we're gonna get a little more adventurous as we go here, guys. We're gonna start to see some real dark colors. Oh man. Okay, next up we have Elysian Dark of the Moon Pumpkin Stout. Let's see, what do we got here? It looks like we've got it's kind of a chocolate cinnamon stout with pumpkin. And I've never really realized that there was a chocolate element here. It always has just tasted just stouty and slightly pumpkin-y. Very slightly pumpkin-y, but enough that I thought it was a decent pumpkin stout. So let's see what we think of it this year, guys. The color is looking wonderful. Get a little more in there. Let's see what we got, guys. So it's black as the fucking night. It's fucking beautiful, tiny little head on top. It's held up pretty well in this bottle. Yeah, I've enjoyed this in the past. I drank a lot of this year. I tend to buy a lot of these Elysian packs because I love all 4 of them. But let's see what we think compared to the others. So we're getting some powerful stout vibes. And very subtle pumpkin and chocolate coffee sort of vibes. It's like more coffee and stout than pumpkin by far. So if that's what you're really into, I would say that it's a very, very good stout. Like, minute chocolate, heavy coffee notes, very minute pumpkin notes. There's not a whole lot of spice going on. I don't think it was brewed to really have a spice. It's really just like a very dark, chocolatey coffee sort of deal. And I feel like it could be a little more traditionally stouty, but it has the stout vibes. Like, it's giving me Old Number 38 from North Coast sort of vibes as far as the stout flavors are concerned. It just has slightly more nutty, chocolatey flavors as well. And, you know, I don't think it's bad. It just doesn't really give me pumpkin, but I'm inclined to give it a higher score because it's just so much less harsh than the Shipyard that we just did. So I'm going to give this a 6.5. And we're going to finish her up. That's not what you're supposed to do. Leave the glass. There we go. Okay, guys. We're real close now. We're going to make it, guys. Okay. Just realized I went a little out of order, so we're going to go back to the Imperial Pumpkin Ales. This is the Caramel or Caramel Pum King from Southern Tier Brewing Company. And last year I had an Imperial from them that was very, very sugary, and it just wasn't very palatable. And I don't remember liking it too much. However, I had a few of these ones this year. And the caramel really did a lot of favors from what I assume is a very similar brewing recipe. So I'm willing to imagine it's probably the same Imperial Pumpkin Ale recipe, just with a caramel sort of addition as well. So let's get this nice and clean. Oh, there we go. And let's get a pour, guys. Oh, look at that beautiful color, guys. It's beautiful. We'll get just a little more in there. There we go. Stand tall. Look at that color, guys. I know, I raised it up a little too high. I always look at the camera. I've got a little mirror going for my camera so I can see just where I'm at. But it's a very beautiful color, very transparent. It's not hazy at all. It's just Imperial Pumpkin Ale with some caramel elements, and the aromatics are a lot toastier and nuttier and darker, I would say, than most of the other ones. So let's see if that translates into the taste of the beer as well, because I love me some nutty beer as well. Oh, and as you get into the beer and then you get really into the nose, it starts giving like popcorn, like really buttery popcorn vibes, which is just perfect for pumpkin beer, in my opinion. You know, like, it's just like you're trick-or-treating, you got lots of candy, and then you went to the old person's house and they give you a big, fresh bag, big bag of freshly popped fucking popcorn, man. And you just put it in your bag, and you put your face up to the bag, man. And that's like the aromatics. It's just traditional trick-or-treat vibes as far, you know, like as like a beer nose is concerned. If you're looking for nostalgia, go buy some caramel. What is this? This is a Southern Tier Caramel Pum King Imperial Pumpkin Ale at 8.6%. You should definitely go check that out. This is really, really good. I'm gonna have to give this one, man. Oh man, I feel like I should be saying 7.5, but I like it so much that I really do believe it's an 8. But for the sake of people out there looking for an honest review, I'm going to give this a 7.5, and I think that that's a really good score, honestly. This is really delicious. Those buttery vibes and the aromatics are so interesting. I was like, I know it's the caramel that's doing that, but man, I never would have figured that it would translate to buttery so much and so like smoothly. Like I feel like a lot of people would smell buttery notes in the beer that they're drinking, and they would be like, ugh. But for me, I don't know. It works. It works with that nuttiness. It's wonderful. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. We have one more. Let's get through this. It's clean. I didn't have to get another water, y'all. I fucking did it. I caught a heavy enough buzz to just get the fuck over it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Glass is clean. Palate's clean. Okay. Off the stage, my dear. One more. And here we go, guys. It's one we've had before. This is also Elysian. This is Punkaccino. And it is a coffee pumpkin ale. And it is much more like a traditional ale. It's not quite as heavy, I believe. Let me see what we've got here. Yeah, this is only 6%. This is unfiltered. So we've got some sediment in here. But I'm not afraid. We're going to give it a little swirl. Just so we can pick up some of them sediments. You see it bubbling there. We've got a pretty good stream going on. So we'll just give it a deep pour real quick. Or a little bit. Okay, that looks good. And we're going to cap it. And we're just going to go back and cap all of our fucking beers in a moment now too for the night, and I'll come back and finish them tomorrow. Okay, guys, last one. Let's get into this. This is very, very dark as well, but not quite as dark as the stout. The stout was just like black as the night. We've got some very deep red, like sort of notes in the color here. Very, very caramely looking. But I don't know if that's going to translate because I feel like it's just the coffee altering the color so much. I don't think we're going to get so much caramel as we are going to get traditional coffee notes. But, you know, I've had this for a long time, and I feel like this one definitely pronounces the pumpkin and spice a little bit better than the stout. So let's see what we see here. Let's see what we think here. So now we're not getting the butteriness of the last one, and we're not getting the straight up chocolatey vibes of the stout. We're more so just getting straight up coffee here. And like this year, man, I really don't taste a whole lot of pumpkin. I must say that this is very lacking on the pumpkin, and that it really just translates to a coffee ale, which is good. It's very, very good if that's what you're looking for. We're grading on the basis of pumpkin, and there is like almost zero pumpkin here. Like, let me take another little nip. Hey, we're struggling, guys. Damn, that was brutal. Yeah. This is really just a coffee ale. Yeah. I'd like to give it a higher rating. But as far as the pumpkin notes are going to be concerned, this one's very low tier as well. This is basically just a coffee ale. Almost zero notes of pumpkin. I was wrong. The stout somehow has more notes of coffee. Or no, not coffee, pumpkin. So, all I can say is, I enjoy it. It's heavy. And it's malty. And it's also a cream, because it contains lactose. So watch out for that. But I can't give it lower. I can't give it lower than 6.5. So that's what we're going to stick with. It's very good, despite how full I am and how hard it is to keep drinking beer, but it is very delicious. I just feel like it really needs a lot more work as far as the pumpkin pronunciation is concerned, because there's almost no pumpkin notes in this at all. So yeah, we're just gonna give that a 6.5. And with that, y'all, I hope you really enjoyed yourselves. I'm gonna catch my breath here, and cap all this shit up, and put it away for tomorrow, and try to finish it then. Yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you go out and check out some pumpkin ale if you're interested. And yeah, other than that, I've just really enjoyed myself drinking on camera. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching me catch a buzz on camera. And I'm gonna wrap it up, y'all. Happy New Year to you all. I know I meant to get this to you way earlier in the year, but just happy I got to do it at all. So see you guys soon. Got lots of shit planned for the new year, so hang out, guys. Watch out for the channel. Love you guys.